The Toyota Hilux is one of Toyota's most beloved pickup trucks, and it always has been. This is partly because of its efficiency and off-road capabilities, and because of that, Toyota has decided to improve it. The 2023 Toyota Hilux Rogue is one of the most popular off-road trucks now, and it's much better than its predecessors. It has a wider and taller stance that is bound to win you over, and if it doesn't, then the Rogue's new suspension package is bound to do it at no extra cost. But what is there to really love about the 2023 Toyota Hilux Rogue? Let's find out, shall we? With the 2023 Hilux Rogue. However, this Rogue is unlike the previous models or all other current Hiluxes. What sets it apart is that it has a new suspension package that features wider wheel tracks both at the front and rear. However, some manufacturers have claimed that this is not a small track increase that can be achieved by simply changing the offset of the wheels. To achieve this, Toyota had to seriously re-engineer the Hilux Rogue's chassis with a new, wider rear differential housing and lengthened front lower control arms. If they had not done this, then they would not have achieved what they claim to be around 140 millimeters in extra track width. This wide track was designed to improve the Hilux Rogue's stability, whether on or off-road. This is simply done by widening the footprint on the road. And while Toyota worked on it, they raised the ride height by 20 millimeters for improved ground clearance. Over the years, the Hilux Rogue has been more of a luxury dress-up pack at the upper end of the Hilux model range. It also comes with extras, which you will see soon, that set it apart from all the regular models. However, in terms of performance, they're all mostly the same. The good thing is that the 2023 Hilux Rogue still comes with all these luxe features, but it becomes the only model in the range with the new wide track underpinnings. Even the price of the 2023 Toyota Hilux Rogue remains unchanged at $70,200. When you take a look at the powertrain and performance, not much has changed. The N80 Hilux Rogue is still powered by Toyota's 2.8-liter turbo diesel, which gives off about 150 kilowatts of power and 500 Nm of torque. The Rogue only comes with a 6-speed automatic transmission and part-time 4-wheel drive. It's a powerful drivetrain that propels the Rogue forward nicely. The engine was modified in 2019, and the way it drives has changed. These changes gave it the performance to match its 4-cylinder diesel-powered competitors such as the Ford Ranger, the Isuzu D-Max, and the Mazda BT50 twins. Something interesting about the engine in the Rogue is that it's much quieter than the one found in an SR5. It might be possible that the Rogue got some more sound insulation compared to the lower grade models. As we've seen, the 2023 Hilux Rogue has been given a wider track. Now, the front wheel track has been widened to about 1,670 millimeters. This is quite the upgrade. Toyota used extensions to the control arms to move the wheels outboard. As the engineers were doing this, they took this opportunity to move the lower strut mounts further outboard. This changed the angle of the spring and dampener to improve the way it works. If you take a look at it, you will notice on the new extension that the strut now meets it at the end, where it was previously on top of the arm, while a spacer at the top of the strut allows it to be canted outwards. This probably accounts for the 20 millimeters of raised height. In addition, the front stabilizer bar was also widened to suit the revised front end. Toyota widened the rear track by fitting a whole new axle assembly, which is 155 millimeters wider than the old one. This took the track width to about 1,705 millimeters, which resulted in a front and rear track difference of 35 millimeters. Not only that, but the way the dampeners were mounted was altered. They are now located outside the chassis rails, closer to the wheels, to manage the wider axle better. For the first time ever, Toyota has fitted a stabilizer bar to the rear axle of a Hilux to help keep the Rogue flat on the road. But that isn't Hilux's only first. The rear axle now has disc brakes, making this the only Hilux with 4-wheel discs on the market. The vented rear rotors now measure 312 millimeters in diameter and are clamped by single piston calipers. The bigger rear brakes are now supported by bigger front brakes, which are bigger by 25 millimeters and now measure 338 millimeters. The final change Toyota made to the chassis of the new Rogue is the step up to 18-inch alloy wheels, replacing the 17s that were fitted to its predecessor. All these changes resulted in a Rogue that can corner flatter on roads and can be rewarding on a twisty mountain pass. The ride is still very firm, given that the Rogue retained its load and towing capabilities, but the added track width gives it a bit more travel out at the wheels. Not only that, but even the altered shock and strut geometry and rear stabilizer bar help it maintain composure. The new braking package is the best that has ever been felt in a mid-size UTE. It provides a lot of power and a precise feel on the pedal that quickly pulls the Rogue up. This is especially noticeable when you have just jumped out of a new Ranger with its vaguer feeling brakes. Apart from the 20mm extra ride height, the changes that have been made to the N80 Hilix's chassis don't really increase the Rogue's off-road performance. Now, the new stabilizer bar restrains any additional wheel travel at the rear axle. This is quite disappointing that Toyota has not used these chassis updates to give the Rogue better dampeners. But then again, you have to consider that these changes have been made with no price increase. When you're driving on a gravel road that has been heavily potholed from recent rains and traffic, the Hilux is easily upset and pushed offline when crossing them. As a result, maintaining a straight line necessitates steering corrections by the driver. Even though this is standard behavior for 1-ton 4x4 UTEs in such conditions, a Ford Ranger, non-Raptor, does not show such behavior over the same tracks. The N80 Hilux's best off-road attribute is its excellent electronic traction control. Its calibration is so precise that you're usually better off relying on it than employing the standard rear differential lock when traversing rough country. When it comes to the interior, the Rogue's cabin is a great place to be while driving for miles, no matter the terrain. After all, it does come with heated leather seats and a 9-speaker JBL sound system. There's a special mention of that sound system as it's one of the best in a mid-size UTE. However, because of supply shortages, Toyota is offering a $750 discount if you agree to take the Rogue without it. The dash has an 8-inch screen with navigation and audio controls. It also has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. In addition, the Rogue comes with a 360-degree panoramic camera image as well. The gauge binnacle is simple, but it tells the driver everything they need to know. The leather treatment across the top of the dash and the piano black finish on the fascia add to the premium look of the Rogue. The rear seat in the Hilux is pretty standard fare for such a car, even though the cabin does not have the width that a Ranger or Amarok offers. However, there's plenty of headroom and legroom. The Rogue has safety essentials such as ABS, ESC, ETX, AEB, trailer sway control, and radar cruise control. However, the lane departure system relies on brake intervention and doesn't offer proper steering correction. And in addition, the wide-track Rogue is the first Hilux to come with blind spot monitors and rear cross-traffic alerts in its safety kit, bringing it closer to the pack in this regard. This car is unlike any other, and it all comes at no extra cost. What do you think of the 2023 Toyota Hilux Rogue? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Also, before you go, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more amazing updates on your favorite cars. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.